The six-pack, the most recognized and celebrated muscle group in the world. Its popularity rose as we consistently saw our favorite superheroes show off their abs. Personally, growing up it was Superman, Captain America, Wolverine, and if I'm honest, now it's Goku. Naturally, we want to look like all our heroes, and we ask, how to get a six-pack? I've detailed extensively on the importance of nutrition, but in this video, I'll display the most optimal way of building the perfect six-pack with two simple science-backed methods that I've learned over the years. With the amount of people wanting a six-pack, the amount of bad advice out there, and how to actually get them, it's overwhelming. In this video, I'll detail all the honest information you need. Before we dive in, do me the favor and hit the like button. This should be the video that people find searching for this information. If you're new, subscribe and hit the notification button so you can get one when I upload. Let's kick it off. The anatomy of the six-pack. The rectus abdominis is absolutely essential for maintaining good posture and is primarily responsible for flexing the lumbar spine, the movement of a sit-up or a crunch. This muscle can be worked out in two different ways, by either bringing the chest towards the pelvis, as with a crunch, or by bringing the pelvis towards the chest, as with a leg raise. External obliques. Your external obliques sit on either side of your rectus abdominis and are actually the largest of your abdominal muscles. This is the muscle that allows the trunk of your body to twist. This is controlled by the external oblique muscle on the opposite side of the direction that you're twisting. Internal obliques. The internal obliques are also responsible for twisting and turning, but they can control the other side of the movement. For example, when you're twisting to the right, you're contracting both your right internal oblique and your left external oblique at the same time. Transverse abdominis. The transverse abdominis is the deepest of your ab muscles, located underneath your rectus abdominis and obliques. However, even though you'll never see the muscle visually, it's incredibly important to maintain a functionally strong core and for creating large amounts of stabilizing internal abdominal pressure. What does it take to get the ultimate six-pack? Having an outstanding six-pack and core requires two simple steps. Number one, the diet. It's true that you need to have low levels of body fat for your abs to fully show. For guys, they start showing as you get under 10% body fat, and for ladies, under 20% body fat. The full six-pack look requires low body fat levels and well-developed core muscles. Just know no matter how great your core muscles are developed, you will not achieve the look you want if your body fat percentage is too high, and you can only drop body fat percentage via your diet. Let me know in the comments if I should make a video on how long it will take to see your six-pack. The second thing is ab training. But what are the right exercises? Let's dive in. To determine the 3 best ab exercises for the complete six-pack, we used exercises that potentiate the greatest electromyographic activity. Basically, exercises which promote a greater recruitment of muscle fibers and are the most effective. The EMG activity analysis allows us to reflect on the quality of the exercise proposed and to consequently choose and order the exercises properly in a training session. Exercise 1, targeting the rectus abdominis, aka the six-pack. In 1997, Axel and McGill conducted a study in which a large number of abdominal exercises were analyzed. The exercises with spine flexion were found to cause the highest ratio of abdominal muscle recruitment. The EMG data from Boak, Burns, and Buskies showed that the crunch has the most activity in the six-pack. Like any body part for growth, progressive overload is necessary, and therefore the absolute best workout is the cable crunch. I recommend a rep range of 10 to 15 reps, doing at least 4 sets with 20 seconds rest between the exercise. How to perform this movement? Number 1 is hip position. The hips need to be kept high and locked into place throughout the entire set to avoid using the hip flexors and to allow a full range of motion. Dropping the hips too low won't allow you to do a full crunch. Moving the hips during the reps means you're using your body weight and hip flexors to do the movement. Keep those hips high and still so the movement comes from the spine. Number 2 is hand position. Hand position also determines the range of motion and the lever length used to perform the exercise. A rope attachment works best. I picture my elbows are welded to my head. Tuck your chin into your chest, about 2 inches apart, and maintain the position to stabilize your neck. Doing this only gets your hands and arms out of the way for the crunch, but it extends the lever length and allows to get more stimulation with less weight. And number 3, range of motion. With an ab crunch, focus on getting a deep contraction as muscle flexion in the spine as possible. Exercise 2, targeting the lower abs. Done properly, hanging leg raises are the king of all ab exercises. The EMG data shows that hanging leg raises are the most effective exercise for the lower abs. Abdominal musculature contracts concentrically initially as the hip flex. The pelvis rotates posteriorly and the lumbar spine is flattened and moves towards the lumbar flexion. As the knees are lowered and the hips are extended, the reverse movements occurs, and the abdominal musculature contracts eccentrically to control the rate of return to the starting position. Basically, the reverse of what occurs during a crunch. How to perform the movement. 1. Hang from a pull-up bar with an overhand grip and your hands about shoulder width apart. Flex your hips and bend your knees, holding them above your hips in front of your torso. Now roll your torso upwards, bringing your knees towards your chin. Slowly reverse the motion without allowing your knees to become untucked from your body, and don't use momentum. The way the exercises are usually performed, your legs hanging down and flexing at your hips, is primarily a hip flexion exercise. Tuck your pelvis and you'll target the abs much better. The third and final exercise for obliques. In the paper Abdominal Muscle Training by CM Mars, he states, the oblique abdominals work harder in twisting actions. The external oblique rotating the trunk to the opposite side, while the internal oblique rotates it to the same side. Thus, in right trunk rotation, the right internal and left external obliques are active. The EMG data shows that even in the case of the rectus abdominis and external and internal oblique muscles, true isolation is impossible. Every time you engage in any type of core exercise, the abs and obliques are working. That being said, my all-time favorite oblique exercise, as I believe completes the aesthetic look, include ones that provides the lateral flexion of the trunk and rotation, and this workout is the cable wood chopper. Now, how to perform it. Connect a standard handle to a tower and move the cable to the highest pulley position. With your sides to the cable, grab the handle with one hand and step away from the tower. You should be approximately arm's length away from the pulley with the tension of the weight on the cable. Your outstretched arm should be aligned with the cable. With your feet positioned shoulder width apart, reach upward with your other hand and grab the handle with both arms. Your arms should still be fully extended. In one motion, pull the handle down and across your body to your front knee while rotating your torso. Keep your back and arms straight and your core tight while you pivot back foot and bend your knees to get a full range of motion. Maintain your stance and straight arms. Return to the neutral position in a slow and controlled manner. Repeat this for about 10 reps, 10 on each side, and that will include one set. I would recommend doing 4 sets with 20 seconds between. Episode 1 of Science Sundays. If you have any questions, do feel free to ask me in the comment section down below. I have a reputation to answering all the comments. If you did enjoy the video, leave it a like. And if you want to look for a way to support me, my supporting links are in the description below for EHP Labs, Gymshark, and my training programs. Do feel free, but I just wanted to say thank you. I'll see you guys in the next video.